Okay, how's it going everybody? It's iVolt, and today we're going to be talking about, well, is it time for the Time Breakers to finally show up in Dragon Ball Super? Now, if you don't know who the Time Breakers are, they're actually they're kind of the antagonists of Dragon Ball Heroes, and they've also been in Dragon Ball Online, which I'm pretty sure is canon because it had a lot of involvement from Akira Toriyama, and of course the Time Breakers are also in Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and they're some of the main antagonists of those, I guess, those other versions of Dragon Ball. Like, it's pretty much, in Dragon Ball Heroes, it's just a bunch of like ridiculous scenarios, and it's pretty much fan service, but you can always salvage these characters, because when you look at Dragon Ball currently, like Dragon Ball Super and the Tournament of Power, what do you go after the Tournament of Power? Of course, we might have that plot where they were kind of talking about the universes that were vaporized by the Omni King. I'm pretty sure the other 6 universes, I can't remember how many it was, but there was a couple of other universes that were just vaporized by the Omni King, so those could come back and play a role in this, or we would see more similar things because we were introduced to some timeline concepts back when Future Trunks was here. We saw multiple time rings. We have the main one, and then the 4 other green ones which were separated timelines from this one. So they could play around with this idea and make it kind of different from what happened in Xenoverse, because if you don't know, the 2 main opponents here for the heroes would be Towa and Mira. Now, Towa is actually the sister of Demigra, which is actually really cool. I really like that. And her kind of, how do I put it, her kind of shtick is she just kind of wants to take control of everything. And she will do anything to, how to just, achieve that. It's, I don't know, it's a really interesting concept, because they basically go around gathering people and placing them under control, okay? To the point where you even have Timebreaker Bardock. And that's a Bardock that's been taken control of by Towa and Mira, and I don't know, man, it's just awesome. And then you have Mira, okay? And Mira, he's pretty much an artificial being, okay? And his goal is to become the strongest being in the actual universe, and pretty much what he's done, okay, he has DNA of different characters, and he wants to get Goku's DNA as well. It's awesome because he's pretty much a clone that's primarily an Earthling, but he's also from the future, okay, who's a part of the Demon Realm race with android parts, but he's also part Saiyan at the same time. It's ridiculous how many different characters he has. He's also, I'm pretty sure he also has Frieza's DNA, because like if you look at his face with those 2 lines, they're literally like, Frieza's thing, and he's also able to survive pretty much any injury, which is a trait that the trait that we've seen Frieza undergo back in Resurrection F, the actual movie. I don't know if this happened in the anime itself, I'm pretty sure it did. But when Trunks chopped Frieza up, like, he was still alive. Even though he was chopped up, he was still alive, which was ridiculous. And apparently it's been implied that he intends to integrate Nail's Namekian DNA into himself. And can you imagine how overpowered he would be? Because he could... Actually, no, he's pretty overpowered as it is. Because Mira, if you think about it, with Frieza's DNA, he can survive almost anything. With Namekian DNA, he can regenerate. And with Saiyan DNA, he could literally exploit Zenkai boosts to the furthest degree, on top of achieving pretty much Super Saiyan transformations, which gets me to actually Super Mira. Now, Super Mira is a thing that appeared in Dragon Ball Heroes, okay? And pretty much, I'd say that that's just Super Saiyan Mira, like his own version of Super Saiyan, I suppose. And then in Xenoverse, he actually absorbs Towa and, the Toki Toki egg thing, or whatever it was. I can't remember because it's been a while since I did the story. I mean, I finished the Xenoverse 2 story, like it's been ages, but he gained some ridiculous power from that. So it'd be pretty cool if they introduced some lore like this, because with Dragon Ball, the way it is now, currently, this is not ending anytime soon. Look at just how much stuff that they can do now, how much lore they have. I mean, Naruto didn't end, they have Boruto now, and just think of Dragon Ball, man. The amount of sales they got from Xenoverse itself pretty much guarantees a Xenoverse 3, okay? And we still haven't gotten anything related to Dragon Ball Heroes as a video game. We've gotten a couple of 3DS video games. We've gotten Dragon Ball Fusions, which is pretty cool because you can fuse with like pretty much anybody there. But I would love for them to kind of start integrating certain things, because that's what they've done with movies if you think about it. They've introduced Broly as canon in the shape of Kale, because they took the part that everybody liked about Broly and then they transferred it into canon. Excuse me. They've also taken I keep forgetting what his actual name is. He was one of the Tuffles. But yeah, Hachiyak, that's his name. There we go, it's Hachiyak. So they pretty much made Aniraza the Hachiyak of Dragon Ball Super, which was awesome. Like they're like integrating a lot of these things and concepts, and it's awesome. So I think that they could do a lot with Towa and Mira here in Super, because the simple thing is, why not? This would sell merchandise. A lot of merchandise, especially if they make it canon, okay? Super Mira versus Ultra Instinct Goku would be awesome. And then maybe you even throw in Timebreaker Bardock. I know this sounds kind of dumb to the veterans of Dragon Ball. Okay, I understand. But, you know, Dragon Ball is just going to keep going, and it's going to keep evolving, and they're going to keep adding things to it. And that's just how it is. That's just how it goes. Things just evolve over time. Things change. But I personally wouldn't have a problem with seeing these things, because I'm really interested in kind of like shows where it shows what ifs, or it's involved with time traveling and stuff like that. It's intriguing to me. So stuff like this would be awesome to see, especially like introducing Towa and Mira, seeing their characters kind of evolve, seeing their drive, maybe even seeing Xeno Trunks show up. You know, the Trunks that we saw going through that other timeline. It would be cool if he got removed along with Mai, and then she became another time warrior there as well. Like kind of, I mean, I don't think she'd really be able to go out there, but she could probably instruct Trunks, where it wouldn't have to be the Supreme Kai of Time, which is also another thing that they could introduce. But I don't know how daring they are to do that stuff, and I don't know if that's within Toriyama's plans for the future. It'd be kind of interesting if it is, but at this point we just don't know. I just want to hear if you guys think that this is a good idea. Like, do you guys would you guys want to see something like this? Like, seriously, would you guys want to see something like this actually happen? Because to me, this sounds awesome. Okay, this sounds awesome, because they'd be like, just think of the things that they could do. Think of the characters that could pull out of time. You could have a Cell, you know, that Cell X thing. They could completely nullify that and pretty much grab a Cell from any different timeline. Okay, just grab him, train him up or something along those lines, give him more DNA, showing what happened to Goku, have him train, have him do what Frieza did. Oh my goodness, I know this sounds like so many fan fictions across the internet, but if done right, merchandising for them would probably go, it would skyrocket. But also there would be so much content they could do, because I'm kind of worrying that I don't want Goku to surpass Whis or something like that, because Whis is really like the maximum threshold, I'd say, for Goku. Like maybe even Beerus. Like, I don't know how close Goku is to surpassing Beerus, but like Beerus is supposed to be just like, how do I put it? It's supposed to be just out of reach. I don't know how seriously you can take such a character like Beerus if he's being surpassed, you know what I mean? But I don't know, again, it's all up to Toriyama and Toei and stuff, and how they decide to write and go about the Dragon Ball Super story and the next arc. But like I've told you, this is what I want to see. Like last year, I made a video where I think I'm gonna have it up on the screen now, like just the thumbnail of it and stuff, and what it was about. Like, I'm just gonna give you a quick overview. Pretty much what I talked about was me wanting to see a movie about the Dragon Ball Saiyans, like, you know, the original Saiyans from the original planet. I wanted to see them, and the original Super Saiyan God. Like, I was talking about that. I wanted to see the origin of Saiyans and stuff like that. And it's happening this year. I mean, no way am I saying that I made that happen, but it's just so cool that I managed to talk about something, and to know that like a year later this is actually being planned, because we really didn't know that much about the Saiyans. And still we don't really know that much. We just know that they're a warrior race. They got enslaved by Frieza, and then they had to do his work for him, taking over planets so that he could sell them. So it's pretty awesome that we're now getting the Saiyan movie. But I'm gonna cut this video short here. I don't want to keep this going any further, so let's end this video here. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you got this far, let me know in the comment section below. If you guys like the ideas that I had, or you're interested and you want to add your own twist to what I've just been talking about what you want to happen and how they would introduce Towa and Mira, let me know in the comment section below. If you're new to my channel, then please do subscribe and leave a rating below, and I will see you guys later. Take care, everybody. Peace.